9 Lounge live Saturday morning. Broadcasting DSN Network, WR Digital Broadcasting, 1620 AM, the Lehigh Valley, and obviously on the DSN BX app. Obviously, this part of 9 Lounge is sponsored by EVT Cleaning Services. Just heard the ad. Again, if you're looking to get your home rebuilt, your business demoed, reach out to EVT Cleaning Services. Look for EVT Cleaning Services on Facebook starting tomorrow with some promotions and some discounts if anybody's looking to be body. EVT Cleaning Services, welcome to them to the 950 Lounge family of brands. To my left, I have a brother here that is no stranger to this microphone. If you listen to this show, how long as we've been doing it, he's been here before. He's a fantastic film producer, movie director, and he's got another film out that touches on some of the changes that we're experiencing in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, again, back to the show from the movie Dope Fiend, Mr. Ron Elliott. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good. Glad to be here, man.
I appreciate you.
Got that?
Come on, need it. Oh my God.
Times is hard now. It's $20 now.
No wiping in the club either, right?
That's just like strip club dancing. Went up. Everything's going up. But Ron, man, thanks again for coming up. I mean, you've done it again with this movie Dope Fiend. I've heard major things, and congratulations on the award. I don't think you was expecting that out in Newark.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah.
That was surreal.
And you got a superstar cast, man. I mean, the names, Malik Yoba, Tobias Trevelyan. I mean, these are major names. Marquise Jackson, 50s kid. I mean, how was that having him on set?
That actually was very surprising. I didn't think the young man was going to be that good. I mean, everyone that got in front of that camera had to audition, and no exception to anyone, because I wanted this story meant a lot to me. I want to make sure that the actors could deliver the characters.
Right.
And he auditioned, and he came to rehearsals, and he really meant business.
Ron didn't care who his daddy was. You gonna audition?
And honestly, I didn't know what was going on between him and his father. I don't follow gossip,
right?
Until after I finished, and then people started. I'm like, oh man, I didn't pull him in to use it for any other thing other than what the story is about. And so, outside of that, he did an excellent job. And so, the other stuff that's going on outside of that, I have
no doubt. And then that's really, at the end of the day, don't nothing to worry about.
I'm surprised Simone didn't audition. Sapphire.
Come on, shut up, man. Stop it, man.
Next time.
And what are you? Are you trying to do that
Next
now?
time.
No, I'm just saying.
It's not your strong point. Let's talk about the
plug
movie.
you.
The movie obviously takes place in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Yep.
And we see a lot of things, money and violence, a lot of web series that are kind of touched on the Brooklyn thing and the drug and money game. But yours is with a twist, as I know that the director you are. And you talk about kind of how the lifestyles are changing, the face of the neighborhoods. Talk about the movie itself.
Well, the movie is based on, loosely based on the executive producer's life, the main character. But as you said, I don't like to just do the normal. I want to use this as I'm an artist, so I feel that as an artist, as my obligation to push social issues that can change our community.
Right.
And so what I did was I used this as a vehicle to, to bring people in as to, the drug culture, but it touches on not so much the drugs, but touches on the effects that the drugs have on our community, how it affects the mothers, the grandmother, the sisters, the aunts, you personally, the community on all large. And it talks about how your choices, even though it's selfish as it may be, affects the next person's choices. And it talks about how gentrification, the bigger plot on, and a lot of this is true, how gentrification is uses these laws and these tools to push us out of our communities. And this is something that's been going on since slavery.
Yeah.
So we've been gentrified since slavery. We've been taken from Africa. We've been pushed from here, pushed from the south, pushed to the north, pushed from this part. So I'm just bringing this to light and putting it into a story that we all grab, understand, and not beat you on the head with, what's going on. So it's entertaining, but it's also real.
I was gonna say, get your bow tie, brother. Say the man pushing us from the corner to the other corner.
Again, like I said, we're talking to Ron Elliott, director from the movie Dope Fiend. I know from the Lost Book of Rap, when you put things together, it's more of a inspiration that leads you down that path. obviously, again, growing up, you're a Harlem guy, seeing what's happening in Harlem, I'm sure it's probably hit close to home as you did this. But as you're writing a film or you're putting the pieces together, I know you're still having casting and stuff, but take our audience to what's the pegs when you dropping the square peg into a square hole, or the round peg into a square box, and you're trying to make it fit. How does that work for you? Is it because you just, as a man, you see things, you say, you know what, I'm gonna write a movie about this, or is it just about something that somebody brings to you? I mean, talk about what goes on in the mind of Ron Elliott that makes him put out a movie such as so powerful as this.
Well, I gotta say, this is a gift from God. So I'm not gonna take claim to anything other than that. This is something that I've understood I had, and I've been practicing on my craft. I've been taking classes. So a lot of people, just because you're good at something, you still have to harness it, put working on it. And I've been working on this craft for a good 20 years now. So when I write a story, I don't just write the story from the aspect of me. I write it from the aspect of the people that I want to reach, and I want to be able to leave them with something that they could walk away with and say, you know what, this could change my life. This could do something for me, for my community. So it's something that I want to be able to change. I want to use my craft to change somebody's life. And so I feel that I have the talent and I have the tools. And so that's why when I write these scripts, people, it's not a big problem for me to get actors to come involved, because when they read the script, they immediately want to be attached to it. They immediately want to be a part of it, because it's, any actor wants to be a part of something that's gripping, something that's changing, and it's not an easy sell. It's not a hard sell for them to want to be a part of it. I have another script that I have like some huge Hollywood actors that want to be part of it, and so and that's because they read the script,
right? So you get these Trump moments. You wake up 4 a.m. and just go, "Wow, I just got to start writing."
Moment.
Let me do this, and where
okay,
you just wake up in the middle of the night.
Putting his name out.
Listen, I'm sorry. He's high.
You can say another name. Why Trump?
We don't want his name.
Y'all let me do this. Y'all just sit in the cut.
This.
No, I'm keeping it going. But you have these moments where you wake up and you go like, "Wow, I just got to start writing because that's who you are."
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe wrong narrative, but nevertheless,
Yeah, I get inspired by certain things, like like when the guy came to me and said he wanted to do a movie about named Dope Fiend. I was like, I don't know, man.
It's not Disney acceptable.
Yeah, I was like, I want to do the next movie. I've been dying to do a love story. I was like, next movie I want to do is a love story, but I was like, Dope Fiend. I don't know if I want to do something about drugs.
It's the name.
Tell me a little bit more, brother. Tell me a little. So when he started talking to me, he told me about how his grandmother raised him and 17 kids in a 2-bedroom apartment.
17. They need a cable.
So I was like, now there's the story there.
That's the story.
Because grandma is a real grandmother there, who loved the kids, and her kids got caught on drugs. So where's the compassion in that for you to? And this is something that goes on across the country. Grandmothers taking care of their kids because their kids failed, and they take the responsibility. So that is the story for me, and the name. When you hear that name, Dope Fiend, you got to stop.
It's a powerful name.
What the hell is that about?
But back then, when I grew up, that's what grandmothers did. You had your cousins over.
Exactly.
You had 10, 5, 8. Everyone's in the same house. Everybody's in the bed. Everybody's 2 or 3's on the floor. You got the pull-out couch. Back in the day, you smelled the food going on.
Exactly.
But it was always someone that was on drugs.
And now it's the dollar menu.
That's why everybody got messed up back.
Right, or got caught on drugs. My thing is, I know that Brooklyn seems to be, the place where a lot of directors and things are going on, from web series to movies. Just for you, was his story because he was from Brooklyn, or what is it that was just like Brooklyn is where we're gonna?
Well, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from East New York.
Okay.
And I was in the middle of doing another project that fell apart, and so I was going to Trinidad to work on this TV show, and we met. And I was really reluctant on doing it, but then when I spoke to him and he told me the story, then I said, okay, something came into me and hit me. It's like, this is a story that I want to do. And so there's other parts of the story that I added, that I created and I made up, like the story of Isis and her boyfriend Oscar, which is I've been doing a documentary on Jamaica for the last 5 years, and Jamaica has a big thing on revenge killing. So I put the story in there about her and her boyfriend being killed and how she wants to get revenge. So here is a story about a pregnant woman whose boyfriend was killed and she's seeking revenge. And so, like, the love that she has between and the compassion between for her to pick up on her own and go for revenge.
Baby and all, and she wants revenge.
Pregnant and everything.
Now
She
that
coming
I
out
like.
busting caps. What? Don't shoot my baby. But you got the gun.
Exactly.
That I like.
That's a story.
That's that gangster stuff. I
And
like.
that's
That's a story.
Sakina Deer.
Oh, Sakina Deer is
Yeah.
awesome. And let me tell you something. That woman right there is the next. I'm gonna say my cast in this film is the next face of Hollywood. No lie about that. And you got Leo. Leo, he is dope. He plays Santiago. Sakina is dope. Tobias, we all see Tobias on Empire.
Right, yes.
Tobias and I go way back. We have Johnny May. Johnny May's been around for a minute, and Johnny May plays the grandmother, Gloria. Awesome. There's just some real powerful moments in this
What
film.
about how was it working with
Andre Fuller? Andre Fuller is like the next freaking dude. He's like 5 movies coming out, 3 TV shows on. He is like 2 seconds away from being the next guy.
to have somebody like a Malik Gilbert on the cast? How was it working with a man that's been in the Tyler Perry movies, New York Undercover? How was it working with him?
Yeah, shout out to
He
him.
won his own
Nice.
and everything.
He was eating vegan.
Where's my
So
chapstick?
I want to know the bloopers, like the funny moments when
Only-
when filming goes on.
I only eat blue
Oh, there
M&Ms.
was a lot of those. No, we got that more from the people paying the background. You know, we got those moments from them. Like,
Stay focused, man.
I need what's my motivation?
I told you to
and-
put it in the right arm. Hit it. Hit that.
But I want to
That's
ask.
alpaca.
I got a question I want to ask you. So when you were basically filming these films and everything else, how do you come up with the locations and going out to procure those locations, everything else to film?
Well, I gotta say, man, I'm blessed because the fact is that we got a hospital and we went to a real hospital. We got the hardest part for us to get was filming in the housing project, which is a process in itself, going to the state, going to the city, and it's a long process. And because of that, it was a little issue with filming that. And my whole movie is based on the project, so we almost couldn't film in the project.
Which
So I had to you know, I had to push my will.
For the corporate reasons, not for the street reasons.
which projects did y'all use in Brooklyn?
Well, we had to film in Queens actually because they wouldn't allow us to film in Brooklyn because there was we wanted to film in Marcy and Tompkins projects, but because a police officer was killed there, they didn't want us nowhere near there.
And you didn't need all those web series while y'all filming. You know.
That's what I said. Like all those web series.
This is our time. That's all. Well, let us get the lighting while we here. No, get out of here.
But you got extra mic I can borrow.
Question for what's the hardest thing putting this movie together? What was the hardest point?
Well, everything was difficult. I mean, difficult in the terms of like getting it done. So there really wasn't any one thing I could say, but I say the most difficult thing for me was getting the actors to play the parts. I wanted a real Jamaican woman. I wanted a real Dominican dude. Like I didn't want someone sounding and trying to pretend like they were. And I wanted like Sakina. I had to fly her in from Jamaica. So we had to fly. She's a very big deal in Jamaica. She's on a TV show in the morning. She's an actor on a show that plays throughout the year. So I only had like one day to get her. So I had to fly her in Saturday morning. I forgot what day it was. It was one where I fly her in early in the morning, first flight in.
Uber.
We filmed her in a shootout scene, 2 shootout scenes, one in Queens, one in Harlem. And then we filmed her in a location and then flew her back out to Jamaica that night.
You said that. After we shoot you, I'm gonna put your ass back over there and fly 10 countries to Jamaica.
One way.
You got your bag, right? Yeah. Okay. You're not coming back here. Not in this sequel.
Did you have to feed her on? I mean, food anything in this situation.
I know, her jet lag must have been crazy.
No, I had to shoot her 3 times.
So you had to fly her back and
3
forth
times.
3 different times.
Yep.
Wow.
He had a good budget.
Yeah, you definitely had a good budget.
I ain't have no budget.
Somebody got a lot of airline miles.
He can fly like a mug.
Crazy.
You need me again,
gotta
Ron?
do what you
No,
gotta
not
do.
this sequel. No, I killed you before. You're not coming back as a ghost. This is not power. I'm sorry, no ghost.
Let's talk about the business side of it. Obviously, again, you showed the film. You already won awards, so it's off to a great start. What's the next step? Is it in theaters? Is it straight to video? I mean, what's the game plan? I know you're on the business side of this stuff as well. Talk about what's the next step for Dope Fiend.
Well, our goal is we're unsure exactly where we want to go with it yet, because we do have options. The first initial one was to go to theaters, which we're still entertaining that, and so we're just trying to make the best decision moving forward. I mean, the film festival, the Newark International Film Festival, really told us a lot that people really loved the film. Like, it was overwhelmingly, and people really, really loved it. I wasn't expecting that kind of response. I was expecting a good response, but like everyone loved it. We sold out 2 theaters. 200 people was turned away, and everybody gave it good kudos. So that just told me that okay, this has legs. It could go to the theater.
It's funny when that came out, because we had just set up you coming here, and Through It All hit me up and said, yo, he was like blown away. I know he was in the Lost Book of Rap, and I was like, wow, it's that strong. So that's why I said, I gotta hit Ron up. I need a copy. But Ron's not even doing that. But no, the people who saw the movie have nothing but quality.
Now, was there any white people that at the film festival that saw it?
Not this,
actually,
listen to white people. They be like, "Oh man, I didn't know they."
Actually,
and I blame you.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me.
I do.
I didn't drop him on his head.
It's funny you say that, but the white people in the film loved it way more than the black people.
That's what that means, baby.
I thought he was giving me the no. He wasn't giving you the bang.
White folks just don't go get Oxycontin. They do dope too.
They don't do the designer
Not
stuff.
that kind of dope. My dope is delivered.
That's the sequel. Oxycontin.
Well, Ron, I think you have a name for yourself. So I see people getting turned away with anything that you do because you're creating awesomeness on the screen. So I could see 200 people not being able to get in. I could see you packing 2 or 3 more theaters and not getting in. I find that, I like you because you're so humble, because you don't expect a lot. And I can tell that you do it just for that passion, because this is what I love to do.
Well, don't make it a habit not letting 200 people in, because that can cause a whole other quagmire. Don't make that a habit.
Yeah, all those dope fiends trying to get in there, that's cause a problem, man.
I'm not surprised.
We will burn this down.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I know you want to have
I
an
can
Oprah
be
moment.
like Kat, but I'm not. I have a little bit more humbleness to me.
Yes, I know Oprah. Go ahead. Blonde Oprah. Go ahead.
Oprah's a billionaire. Let's not go there. But anyway, I could see, now you just threw my train of thought.
I rise, Ron.
That was a rodeo.
Hollow window breaks, and still I rise.
You didn't have to fly her.
Dope
You just
fiend
could have got her down the
Right.
hall.
You didn't even need an Uber for her. You could just dollar menu. We in. Let's go. Let's go.
That's right there.
Let's shoot.
I'm right there.
Okay. Let's
Free
go. I'm sorry.
pass.
Sapphire, I apologize.
No, it's cool. I'm good. I can't wait. I hope it come out in theaters. I hope people see it. If it goes straight to DVD, cool. But I would love for something like that, with that content and that material, to be put out into the theaters, because a lot of times when we think of African American movies, is always something that's funny, and it's deal with church, or it's just a black film, and a lot of people tend to push it down, and we wait till it come out on DVD before we really go, because I think people we want to see something else. And I like to see strong content that touches home with a lot of African American families. Grandma raising the family, being that head, the leader of the family. So I think
We need more grandmas.
Well, yeah,
Grandma's like 30 these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I that was the catalyst of this film was her story, because I really wanted to show how the black woman has been taken for granted, and how the black men have been so marginalized now that you know, a lot of people get on Instagram, on Facebook, and we want to act like we rich and we got all these stuff.
Right.
But the sad reality is that we're still living the same way we've been living in the 60s. Martin Luther King's quote was, you know, the black folks live on an island, a lonely island of poverty in the sea of prosperity. That still holds true to today.
Right.
And so the fact is that, you know, you have these shows like, you know, on TV now where they show everyone's rich and everybody don't have money problems. I wanted to show the opposite. I wanted to show the reality of it. Like, people are really having a hard time right now and trying to make ends meet. And because the only thing that's available right now for a lot of folks is the decision to sell drugs and to use drugs to like, you know, mask their problems, you know, you have to realize why. You know, you have to point that question, why is there? A lot of people like to say, oh, I'm tired of these black movies, I'm tired of these drug movies, I'm tired of these slave movies. But we've been doing this for 400 years. So you got to really ask the question, you know, if this happened to you let's just say, if you were in the same room with someone and they were shot, they have counselors that come out to say, we got to counsel you for seeing this horrific thing.
Right.
So imagine you were witnessing this thing for 400 years of something that happened to you and your family. You can't just one day say we got a black president and we forget about what happened to us. This is going to take another 400 years of us trying to heal ourselves and trying to. So these stories help us to like heal, and these stories help us to move forward, because here you have other cultures that come here. They have the issues too, but they also have to realize that everyone comes here and say, oh, the black people lazy, black people this, but they haven't been subjected to what we've been subjected to.
I think we need to keep it going, because you know why? Because let's take it out of that for a minute. If you did something wrong at home and your mama spanked you, right? That immediate spanking is 9 times out of 10 you're not going to reenact what you just did to get that spanking. If we sometimes our past hurts, you know, and we try to mask it like, oh yeah, the Obama and you know everybody's, you know, the Oprahs, for instance. But sometimes we need to keep that in our mind. Like they talk about 9/11, right? And they say never forget. So if you never forget 9/11, that pain, something in your body, your mind will always remember that. Well, something in our mind should always remember that when we make decisions as black people that say, you know what, we need to keep that in mind. Because if I walk into a Hasidic Jewish neighborhood, 2 Jews can have a conversation, then I know each other from a can of paint. But at the end of that 5-10 minute conversation, they could be doing business together. We the exact opposite. We knock each other's hair and weight or light, dark, and we need to remember these things, because maybe we need that little alarm clock in our head to say, you know what, that is my brother's keeper, and I need to remember what
the pain. A lot of people don't like to watch movies that bring back the pain and the hurt. And if you listen, and like I had a friend just recently, a guy, I wanted to see a movie. He said, no, I don't want to see none of that. And because he didn't want to see the prejudice and the racism that was going on in the movie.
But that's going on now.
And it's going on now. But when people sit on the screen, you'd be surprised how many people just don't want to watch a great movie about our history or something that's going on with us, because they don't want to face the pain again in the reality.
We're programmed that way. We're programmed for people to tell us.
And therefore, ourselves never go as good as it can go and as high as it can go as a normal Caucasian film because of those reasons. And it's sad, because I think we make awesome movies.
No, we do. We have awesome talent. There's not the same 5 actors that can act. You know, there are other actors out there, there are other directors, other writers, and we're not given the opportunities to do these things, and we won't be. We have to create it ourselves. And so I've been doing this for many years, and so when I did this film, not only did I wrote, direct, and shot it, and I had to do the editing. I had another editor come help me too. But I wanted to have my whole crew to be minority folks, because I wanted to show that we have the capabilities of doing quality work, and that we can do quality work. We have the stories to put out there, and we should be able to make our own lane to do these things.
And we have the money.
See, well,
exactly. We could buy it.
See, one thing I can say that I'm really glad that I like about your movies that I've seen so far is that there's really good content in them, because most movies nowadays that's coming out is just mostly a lot of special effects and people don't know about a storyline or anything else. When you have a good storyline, that keeps people interested and keep wanting to watch and see what's coming out from what you do.
Well, that's been my biggest thing, is the story. Like I I pride myself in the story, not the camera, not anything else. And the lessons I learn on each time you do something, you learn more. You learn from the past mistakes. So, I always pride myself on the story, and I pride myself on, the actors. And without the good actors and a good story, you really don't have much to stand on.
Right.
Well, Ron, again, like I said, brother, I mean, I got to know you from the last movie. Top notch. You always show love here, and I thank you again for coming up. I know when you get early mornings, the work you do, you like to probably sleep late, have somebody deliver breakfast for you. So I appreciate you coming to the show.
Ron.
We got to wrap up, bro. So real quick, let people know where they can find more information about you. I know Dolphine is still we're waiting for the next step, but where can they find more information about you? People want to reach out, next projects. People can, artists.
Definitely can reach out to me on social media. I'm Ron Elliott on Instagram, Ron Elliott Facebook, and Twitter. The Dope Fiend, the movie, the webpage, you guys check it on the YouTube. Check out the trailer. Leave a comment. A lot of people love it. I want to shout out to my cast, my crew, my producers, OG Turtle, Janelle Abrams, Roz, Ephraim Fitty Benton, Malik Yoba, Andre Fuller, Marquise, Sakina, everybody that was a part of the film. Pookie.
Gotta be a Pookie. You gotta have a tester.
Right. Whole Brooklyn, New York. Come out, support this film.
Restaurant that fed home.
Yeah, a lot of folks involved in the making of this, and greatly appreciate it. We're forever grateful for it, and we hope whoever didn't see it comes out to see it, and keep spreading the word about it.
Well, let us know what we can do here from our standpoint, man. From links and promotion, we're here for you. Like I said again, if we can't help one another out, then what good are we?
Absolutely.
Ron Elliott, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming, brother. Let's take a quick